All right, great. So if you could join me coming into a comfortable seat, we're going to start sitting cross-legged here. And even though this is not a yoga practice, we are going to spend just a couple of minutes getting settled in here, making that transition from working to moving a little bit. So let's come down and sit. You can sit cross-legged or with your feet out in front of you, whatever's most comfortable. You can sit up on your knees. And we're going to start off with just a couple of nice deep breaths. So similar to last week, we will inhale, sweep your arms up, look up towards the ceiling, and float your arms down, exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Breathe in, look slightly up, and exhale, slowly bring your arms down. All your air out. 1 more, inhale, arms come up, look slightly up, and exhale, arms down to the floor. From here, we'll take a nice gentle twist. So bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, look past your right shoulder behind you very gently. Take a deep breath in, exhale, inhale, arms back up, and to the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind, look over your left shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out, arms back up. And now we're going to send our feet out in front of us. So it takes some time to adjust here. And then we'll fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Nice generous bend in your knees. You can tuck your head down to your knees if that feels good. Take some nice slow deep breaths. Start to straighten through those legs here. You can point and flex your feet a few times so you can feel that stretch in the front of your shins as well. And when you've had enough of this, let's bring the right foot in. So right sole of your foot to your left inner thigh. Take some time to get comfortable, and then we're going to tip forward a little bit. You can again have a nice bend in your left knee if that feels good to you. Don't fret if you can't reach your toes. It's all about how it feels, not about what you look like. Take a nice slow breath in. And now we'll take another twist. So we're going to turn in the direction of our foot that's out. So right hand to the outside of your left leg, left hand behind you, look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, come back forward. For now, we're going to pop your right ankle on top of your left knee. Bring that left foot to the floor, and then scoot your hips forward so you can feel this nice stretch in your back of your right hip here. You can bend forward till it feels good. All right, nice. So now we'll come back with our both feet in front, bounce it out a little bit. And same thing. So we'll bring our left foot in this time. And reach for that right foot. Nice bend in that right leg if that feels good for you. Take a deep breath in and out. And then once you've had enough of this stretch, you can come into the twist. So bringing your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, right hand behind, and a nice twist this way. Looking over your left shoulder. Very good. Both legs out in front of you. Bounce it out, and then bring the soles of your feet together for a butterfly stretch. That can be as far out as you want. So you can have your toes coming farther away. You can bring them in closer to your body. Whatever feels good for you. Don't forget to breathe in and out. All right, great. Now cross your ankles and come forward to a tabletop position. take some time getting here, shake it out if you need to. You can do a little bit of spinal flexion, a couple of cat-cows if that feels nice, just settling into this new position. And once you've had enough of that, we're going to pop our right toes behind. So stretching through the back of that right calf and rocking a little bit forward to get your toes involved. Getting a nice stretch through the sole of your right foot. So you can rock back and forth a little bit here. And then once you're ready, we're going to all very gracefully bring that right foot all the way up and come into a low lunge here with your hands on your hips. So this one you're going to feel in your left hip. Press forward a little bit, but try not to dump all your weight down. So nice lift through your hips, slightly pressing forward. Lift your chest, and a nice stretch in those shoulders by kind of pushing back on your hips here. And then we'll bring our fingertips to the front of the mat on either side of your foot. And from here, we're going to pull our right hip back and flex the right toes towards your face. Now you're going to feel this in the back of your right leg all the way up. Then from here, we're just going to move between those two stretches. So coming forward into that low lunge, and then rocking it back, pull that right hip back, flex the right toes towards the face. Move nice and slowly between these at your own pace. Don't forget to breathe. And then once that feels good, you can come back to a tabletop. Shake it out. Notice how one side feels different from the other. You can do some cat-cows if that feels nice. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring that left foot forward, hands to hips. Nice lift through your hips and press it slightly forward. Bring your hands slightly behind to get a stretch through your shoulders and your upper chest. Lift that chest, look slightly up. Feeling that stretch in the front of your right hip here. Nice deep breath in and out. Then you can bring your hands to either side of your left foot. Pop that left hip back in space. Left toes to the sky. Nice deep breath. A nice comfortable bend in that left foot. Left leg. And then we'll start to move. So you can come slightly forward, feeling it in your right hip, and then flex back. Couple of rounds here at your own pace. Some nice deep breathing along with this will feel great. And then once you're ready, we will come back to our tabletop. From here, we're going to pop really quickly into a plank, a really short one, just to get a nice stretch through the back of both legs. And then you're going to walk it up to the front and come into a forward fold. Release that head down. Nice bend through your legs. You can pedal out your feet a little bit if that feels nice. And then slowly roll up to standing with a nice deep breath, hands overhead. And exhale. Now you can't see me. Yeah. All right, so from here, we're standing at the top of our mat, hands to the hips, and send your right foot back into a nice high lunge. So similar to the stretch we were doing before, but we're a little bit higher up now. You should feel that nice stretch still in the front of that right hip. Hands on your hips. Look slightly up. And then we're going to turn to the right, point both toes forward, and take a star pose. Nice power pose here. From here, forward fold. Just a short one, coming down to the mat, or as much as feels comfortable. Back up to star pose. And then spinning it back to where we came from, left foot in front to our lunge. Bring that right foot up to meet your left. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. So hands to your hips. Bring your left foot back behind you into a high lunge. Feel that nice stretch in the front of your left hip, back of your left leg. A nice deep breath in. Push those shoulders back. So you can feel it through the top of your chest here. And then we're going to spin the other way. So point both your toes to the left. Coming into a star pose this way. A nice forward fold. Back up to your star pose. And spin it back to your front lunge with your right foot in back, right foot in front. Now, step your left foot up to meet your right. You have just a couple more stretches here now. Let's take a deep breath to reset. Hands overhead and back down. We're going to do a little bit of bouncing, so if you need to grab a wall or a piece of furniture, you can do that. We're going to bring our right knee up, squeeze it in, and then back to a nice quad stretch here. Feel free to hold on to something if that's within your needs. Feeling that in the front of your right hip again. From here, we're going to guide that right ankle on top of your left knee again and sit down a little bit into a nice figure four. You can either have your hands up or you can reach down to the floor. If you can reach down there, it helps with balance a little bit. And feel that through the back of your right thigh. Coming back up. Same thing on the other side. So catch your left leg. Inner to the ankle. Coming back to a quad stretch here. Feel free to hold on to something. Nice deep breath in and out, and then guide that left ankle on top of your right knee. Sit back a little bit for a nice hip opener. You can reach down to the floor. Nice deep breath in and out. And back to standing. We're going to end with sweeping our arms all the way up. Come all the way back down into your forward fold. And then we will slowly roll it all the way up. Hands come up at the top. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Do two more of those nice deep breaths in. Inhale, arms come up, look slightly up. Exhale, arms back down. And final breath, breathe in. Arms come all the way up. And hold the breath here just for a second at the top. And then very slowly let it all the way out. That's all for today. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.